Nick Offerman, 32 facts on the comedic genius and a living rustic folklore hero. Nick Offerman is an acting legend, though many know him for his role as the embodiment of stoicism, manliness, and dead-pan-ness in Parks and Recreation, Ron Swanson. He's had roles in everything from dramas to animation. That's when he's not spending his spare time woodworking or, I don't know, wrestling bears probably. Today we honor the man who's practically a living rustic folklore hero with 32 facts about Nick Offerman.
I've been developing the Swanson Pyramid of Greatness for years. It's a perfectly calibrated recipe for maximum personal achievement.
Number 1. He's from a no-name town. I sincerely hope Nick Offerman came out of the womb speaking that silky rich baritone voice and standing down a rocking chair he made by hand in utero. If he did so, it didn't happen in New York or LA. Offerman entered this world in Joliet, Illinois, a town whose most famous feat is how impressively unremarkable it is. Number 2. His parents weren't exactly the theatrical type. I'm sure Offerman's parents were great, but their job titles didn't exactly scream, "My son's going to be a future acting legend." His mom was a nurse and his dad taught social studies. Number 3. When he graduated from college, he started a theater company. Most recent college grads have no idea which direction to go, but Offerman and his friends knew exactly what they wanted to do with their life as they founded Defiant Theater, the same year they graduated. You know a theater company means business when they put the R before the E in theater. Number 4. He had some unexpected jobs in other theater troupes. Offerman spent a good portion of his 20s in Chicago. Here, he performed with several theater troupes, one of them called Steppenwolf. Offerman channeled his inner Ron Swanson and became the troupe's master carpenter and fight choreographer. Number 5. His brother is also an actor. Matt Offerman has had roles in movies like Live Nude Girls, Pea Shy, and LA Paranormal. Number 6. He's a die-hard Chicago Cubs fan. Based on his performance as Ron Swanson, my guess is that Offerman would have preferred wrestling buffalo or bare-knuckling deer into submission as his sport of choice. But no, apparently he's a baseball lover and a huge Cubs fan.
Do you realize your great-great-great-great-grandfather wasn't even born the last time the Cubs won a series?
Number 7. He met his Parks and Rec co-star while living in Chicago. Offerman befriended Amy Poehler, aka future Leslie Knope, while forging his theatrical career in Chicago. Number 8. He's always been talented as a supporting actor. Years before he took on the supporting role of supporting roles on Parks and Rec, in 1997, Offerman was awarded the Joseph Jefferson Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in the play The Kentucky Cycle. Number 9. He also won an award for puppetry. A year after his supporting actor win, Offerman and the rest of the Defiant Theater troupe took home the Joseph Jefferson Award for Mass and Puppetry for their performance in The Skrinker. Number 10. He's married to an actress from another famous sitcom. Offerman is one half of a legendary sitcom couple. In 2003, he tied the knot with Megan Mullally, who was known for starring in the classic sitcom Will and Grace. It's a match made in sitcom heaven. Number 11. Megan Mullally thought Offerman was older when she met him. Something tells me Offerman came out of the womb offering life advice to grown men. He's always given off a very mature vibe. Therefore, it's understandable that Mullally thought the 29-year-old was at least in his mid-30s when she first met him. Number 12. You might have seen him guest star in some of your favorite TV shows in the early 2000s. Before he hit it big with Parks and Rec, Offerman picked up several guest starring roles in some popular 2000s sitcoms. These included a spot on his new Brides show Will and Grace as a plumber. You'd think Mullally would have swung him a slightly more glamorous role in her show, but he also appeared on Kings and Queens, The West Wing, and George Lopez.
The cake for the gay wedding, the way you...
Don't let words get in the way of what we want to say to each other.
Number 13. Ron Swanson's love of woodworking isn't just an act for Offerman. Offerman showed off his woodworking skills in an episode of The Last Call with Carson Daly. Number 14. He was offered his role on Parks and Rec by two sitcom writing legends. As the first decade of the 2000s was winding to a close, Michael Schur and Greg Daniels approached Offerman about playing Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec. Schur and Daniels also served as the creators of the trailblazing sitcom The Office. Number 15. NBC execs weren't impressed at first by his audition for Ron Swanson. Fortunately, Allison Jones managed to convince them Offerman was perfect for the role. Number 16. Parks and Rec was almost a spin-off of The Office. The idea for Parks and Rec started as a shameless copy of The Office, with Rashida Jones reprising her office role as Karen. Fortunately, Daniels and Schur realized Parks and Rec potential as its own entity. But there was one connection some of the writers still wanted to make. There was going to be a subplot in which the copier in the Pawnee Parks and Rec department that never worked. The copier would have been made by a paper supplying company we all know and love. Unfortunately, the brilliant Easter egg for eagle-eyed fans was scrapped. Number 17. He wasn't just Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec. Nick Offerman did more on Parks and Rec than just play the man who gave a middle schooler a probably deactivated explosive just because. He's also credited as a producer on the show. Number 18. Slate magazine appreciated his performance on Parks and Rec. The publication referred to Offerman as Parks and Rec's secret weapon, giving a special nod to his understanding and mastery of physical comedy. Number 19. He got creative with the souvenirs he got to take home from the set of Parks and Rec. In fact, Offerman turned many used props and set pieces into woodworking projects. Number 20. He loves woodworking so much he made a business out of it. Offerman Woodshop has made a website if you want to purchase some artisan pieces crafted by the hands of Ron Swanson himself. Number 21. Just to be clear, he owns the manliest woodshop in existence. Offerman Woodshop specializes in boat making, which Offerman is specially certified for. So yeah, it's not some lightweight pansy woodshop we're talking about here. Number 22. The official dog mascot of Offerman Woodworking is not the breed you'd expect. While Offerman has shown his love for many different dog breeds on and off the red carpet, the official pet mascot of Offerman Woodworking is Baloo, who is a poodle mix. Number 23. He provides the voiceover for the Fremulon Productions vanity card. You know the card in which comes onto the screen after every episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine that you watch, letting you know the show is made by Fremulon Productions, and then a booming voice declares Fremulon from your TV speakers? Fremulon is a company owned by the aforementioned Michael Schur, and that voice sounds like it could command an army. If only the word army generals needed to shout was Fremulon, belongs to none other than Nick Offerman.
Jag!
Fremulon.
Number 24. He doesn't want to be the center of attention. Offerman said that his ideal role is part of the supporting cast. His role model is Christopher Lloyd because of his supporting performance in Taxi. Number 25. He is a surprisingly good dancer. He showed off his moves in a 2013 episode of Late Night with Jimmy Fallon.
I think there was a little bit of
Number 26. His dance of choice is ballet. Offerman showed off on the Late Night with James Corden that ballet is not the dainty dance we all thought it to be. Offerman makes anything he touches seem manly, and he proved to us all that ballet is more than just swans and lakes and sugar plum fairies. Number 27. He performed a one-man show in New York City Hall. Offerman performed songs, told a series of anecdotes, and gave advice on woodworking techniques, because why not? Why did he need to do all that in City Hall? Because he's Ron friggin' Swanson, that's why. Number 28. He played a very successful man. In 2016, Offerman played the co-founder of McDonald's, Dick McDonald, in the dramatic biopic The Founder. Number 29. He makes furniture as a hobby. Apparently, Offerman is even more the living embodiment of Ron Swanson than we thought. He DIYs the crap out of every piece of furniture in his house. Number 30. He played a man with the most braggy name ever on Drunk History. Johnny Cool was an arsonist who took pride in his work, as any good pyromaniac for hire should. He burnt down the hotel and watched it turn to ashes in the Boston episode of Drunk History. Number 31. He played himself on an episode of The Good Place. Offerman played a dead version of himself in the series finale of The Good Place. Number 32. He's done a fair amount of voice acting. Offerman played Metalbeard in the Lego Movie, in addition to contributing his voice talents to Gravity Falls, Ice Age Collision Course, and Sing, along with others.